How well do you really know Coco Chanel? If you are thinking little black dresses, perfume and Paris, you are not wrong, but you are missing the best part. Behind the fashion icon was a business genius who built an empire without prior economic education, creating a brand that had dominated luxury for 115 years. Her masterpiece, of course, Chanel No. 5, the best-selling fragrance in history with a backstory wilder than you'd guess. Hello everyone, I'm Mikey Inishev, and today we are unpacking how a simple glass bottle became a cultural icon. In this video you will learn the shocking reason it's called No. 5, how a Russian Grand Duke and Rasputin's murderer helped create it, and what marketing tricks made it immortal. Let's spill the truth. Until the early 20th century, fragrances worn by women typically fell into two categories. Respectable women wore delicate single-flower scents, while courtesans and sex workers favored bold, musky perfumes. Coco Chanel, once a mistress who leveraged her lover's support to fund her business ventures, wanted a scent that bridged these worlds. She desired to create a scent that blended the allure of aromas like jasmine, musk and flowers that were less understated. This bold, modern approach mirrored the rebellious spirit of 1920s and became an instant sensation. But first things first. Chanel's quest for the perfect scent began under mentorship of the biggest French perfumer of the era, François Coty. But his simple floral creations weren't bold enough for her vision. Coco wanted something more complex but elegant, and when Coty couldn't deliver what she envisioned, she looked elsewhere. The key to her success arrived through an unlikely romance with Grand Duke Dmitry Pavlovich Romanov, a Russian royal now most famous for being one of the Rasputin's murderer. In 1920, he introduced her to Anna's Beau, who was the official perfumer to the Russian royal family. Inspired by the imperial fragrance Bouquet de Cazarin, Chanel challenged Beau to make a perfume that made the wearer smell like a woman and not like a rose. After months of refinement, Beau presented 10 samples. Chanel liked all of it, but chose No. 5. And it wasn't random. The No. 5 had haunted her since childhood. The circular puffs of her orphanage convent repeated it. Rock roses blanketed its heels. 5 was her favorite number. Even her fashion shows debuted on the 5th of May, the 5th month of the year, so she was sure that this number would bring her good luck. In 1921, Chanel No. 5 made its debut as something completely new. The fragrance wasn't just floral and the bottle wasn't fancy as usual. Yeah, the first perfume bottle was purposefully simple like a medicine bottle or whiskey decanter. It had small, delicate rounded edges, but over the years the bottle was altered. Even pocket-sized perfume release. It became so famous that artist Andy Warhol even made pop art about it in the 1980s, commemorating its iconic status. Coco Chanel rewrote the rules of fragrance forever. Her revolutionary approach holds powerful lessons for anyone building a timeless brand. So here is the question. How to develop, produce, market and sell like Chanel? Well, first of all, never stop learning. Coco's power was in her knowledge. When she entered the fragrance world, she immersed herself in its language, studied relentlessly and sought mentorship. By the time Chanel No. 5 launched, she could discuss perfume chemistry as easily as dress designs. Her secret? She loved learning and always had books around. Point number 2. Always stand out from the crowd. While rivals played it safe, Coco broke rules with purpose. A perfume named not after flowers or family, but her lucky number, a bottle stripped of ornamentation, modeled after a whiskey decanter, she rejected the expected, ensuring her creations, like her brand, would never blend in. Point number 3. Share ideas boldly. Coco turned conversations into connections. By openly discussing her vision, she attracted perfumers, chemists, and artists, each interaction expanding her network and resources. Where others guarded ideas, she leveraged them. transforming Chate into collaborations that shaped her empire. Then, point number 4. Think out of the box. In a world where perfumers, not designers, controlled scent, Coco claimed fragrance as fashion. Yeah, there was Paul Poiret, who had pioneered designer perfume, but he named it after his daughter, Parfum de Résine. Chanel, she stamped her own name on it, binding scent to the brand forever. But of course, Chanel No. 5 didn't become legendary overnight. That's why we are moving to the most interesting part, its marketing. Coco Chanel was queen of word of mouth. She didn't advertise. She made women beg for her perfume. How? She gifted bottles only to select members of high society, making recipients feel chosen while outsiders burned with envy. She disappeared from Paris immediately after the launch of Chanel No. 5, forcing women to discuss the scent among themselves. Meanwhile, her practice of gifting dresses to models ensured the channel name circulated in elite circles, creating a halo effect around the perfume. Her friend, Missia, said compared receiving a bottle to winning the lottery, and that was exactly the frenzy Coco intended to create. The scarcity wasn't happenstance, it was theater. Early buyers didn't just pay a premium price, they had to persuade sellers to part with a bottle, turning every purchase into a hard-won privilege. And that was the point. The more elusive the perfume became, the more women ached for it. And while exclusivity remains the heartbeat of luxury branding, it's not the only secret. Want to uncover the rest? Our recent video about Rolex actually reveals how luxury brands master the art of allure. So be sure to watch it. And we are moving on the advertising. Chanel No. 5's advertising strategy masterfully evolved while maintaining its core identity of luxury and sophistication. Until 1965, the brand employed strikingly minimalist black and white campaigns that focused entirely on the bottle's sleek silhouette, often accompanied only by Coco Chanel's portrait. These deliberately simple ads reflected the perfume's exclusive nature through their restrained elegance rather than overt glamour. But the most legendary promotional moment came unexpectedly in 1954, when, during an interview, Marilyn Monroe confessed wearing only a few drops of Chanel No. 5 for sleeping. Marilyn Monroe's comment became the perfect ad Chanel never paid for. Her words gave the perfume a sexy image that the brand's own ads hadn't created yet. A major change in advertising will appear when in 1965 Jacques Helleu entered as the head of communication for Chanel. He believed the perfume needed a face to embody its seductive appeal. Building on Sazy Parker's 1957 appearance, Helleu pioneered the concept of Chanel muses, launching a legacy of iconic spokesmodels from Catherine Deneuve to Nicole Kidman. The strategy reached new heights in 1973 with Chanel's first TV commercial. Shot by Helmut Newton, it featured Deneuve's intimate confession against a sleek black backdrop, creating an emotional connection between viewers and perfume.
Like Chanel No. 5 perfume, spray perfume and spray cologne. Chanel. It's one of the pleasures of being a woman.
These collaborations did more than add glamour. They elevated the brand's artistic credibility. When Ridley Scott directed Carole Bouquet's decade-long campaign as a Chanel femme fatale, he didn't just sell perfume. He created miniature cinematic masterpieces about desire.
Number 5. Chanel.
The late 90s marked a bold new direction when Luc Besson reimagined the perfume through a modern Little Red Riding Hood tale. Starring athlete-turned-model Estella Warren, this vibrant campaign broke from Chanel's elegant tradition with its fantasy visual and playful rebellion, successfully attracting younger buyers while maintaining luxury appeal. In 2004, Nicole Kidman campaign elevated this approach to Hollywood grandeur. Portraying a famous actress escaping her own premiere, the commercial blended romance with cinematic spectacle, making dreams tangible. Finally, After Audrey Tautou TV spot where she played a romantic and olfactory intrigue on board of Orient Express, Brad Pitt has been selected as the next muse for the perfume. This choice can seem to be original and unusual for a luxury women perfume brand, but could be a good innovative strategy as Chanel always did since the launch of its famous perfume. Indeed, using a man as Brad Pitt allows the brand to play on a double side. Women imagine themselves as his desired counterpart, with Chanel No. 5 is their secret weapon.
Chanel No. 5. Inevitable.
Through these transformations, from black and white posters to Ridley Scott's femme fatales and beyond, Chanel consistently reinvented its storytelling while preserving the perfume's mystique. Chanel No. 5 became legendary through Coco's revolutionary vision. She broke conventions with its abstract scent and minimalist bottle, then crafted a masterclass in desire, creating exclusivity, leveraging celebrity magic, and transforming ads into art. Chanel No. 5 proves that when you sell fantasy, you never go out of style. And if you don't want to go out of style as well, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.